106, LA's #1 for hip hop. I'm Letty. Got my girl Anjelah Johnson checking in this morning. Hi, Anjelah. I don't. Yes. All right, Anjelah. Thank you so much for coming through. You have a show February 11th and 12th.
Just 11. 2 shows, early and late.
Got you. At the Wiltern here in LA.
That's right.
Very excited for it, but I have to tell you, February 11th, right? Super close to Valentine's Day. Is that on purpose?
No, it's not on purpose, but bring your Valentine's Day. Let me tell you, she's going to love it.
What if you don't have one? That's what I'm saying.
Get your homegirls. Everybody, get the whole crew. Yeah. Let's go. We don't need no men. Let's go.
Come on, come get the jokes in with Anjelah Johnson at the Wiltern. Every show that I've been to that you've thrown, it is like a party. It is like you're hosting for people. There has to be so much of you inside of a show like that. It's not just come and watch me on the microphone.
Right.
All the details go into the planning.
Yes.
Tell me about this one.
So when I'm in LA, I like to invite some of my comedian friends to come and do a guest set. Whoever's in town.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's touring and doing their own thing. So I'm like, whoever's in town, you know, if you can, come through. So I have a couple of people lined up. They're going to do a little surprise drop-in guest sets. Excited about that. I usually have a DJ playing music. So we try to make the LA shows especially like a party. Right. You know what I mean?
I low-key feel like you're part of LA because like I see you a lot with my girl Angie V. And it's just such it's you really became a part of who we are. Definitely a Bay girl, definitely NorCal, but I feel like LA has adopted you. Do you feel that way too?
Of course. I mean, I've been here over 20 years. So you kind of have to. At that point, you got to accept
whether
me now.
you like it or not. Okay?
Yes. No, but I do. I feel that. And I have so many friends that are very LA, like Angie V, who she's very, I mean, she's IE. She's very like, you know, come out this way. But I've been here for 20 years, been listening to Power for ever. You know, I mean, my cousin used to work here, like the whole thing. So it's like I grew up with Power, even though I just started in my 20s. Yeah. Literally, when I was 20, I moved here. And
that's such a special time, though, because it's low-key like a soundtrack to your life is what the radio's playing. Oh, yeah. And I think it was at a time even before, like, we had streaming heavy or stuff that was, like, phone accessible. Like, it's what you
streaming,
heard.
no nothing. Yeah. It was just we tuned in. And I remember I was fresh off being an Oakland Raiderette, and I was technically still in my contract for the Oakland Raiders when I moved here. And so season ended in February because we went to the Super Bowl that year.
I know.
So season ended in February, but my contract went until like June or July or something. So I remember I would be out here, and my cousin Joe, who used to work on the morning show, would have appearances that he would schedule places. Yeah. And I would just go with him. Right. And so it would be like, you know, we're going to be at whatever tire shop over here in, you know, Pomona. Come through, come hang out with
some
us.
Shirts.
And they'd be like, and there's going to be an Oakland Raiderette there. Whoa. But it was just me in my uniform because I live with him at the house. And so I would come with my calendar, and I would sell my Raiderette calendars at whatever tire shop in Pomona that he had a spot at. Man. Or he was doing a spot at the nightclub. And so I was just coming with him to all his nightclub gigs. Yep. And we were just like downing our like Rockstar energy drinks and like just heading out.
Turning up.
Yes.
True Raiders. You know? I feel like that was definitely some Raider stuff right there. Did it surprise you how much LA loved the Raiders, especially when you were a Raiderette?
I mean, the Raiders were here, but it was like, I feel like wherever you have... Well, here's the thing. Now that they're in Vegas, it's different. It's a little bit different because they're kind of like the tourist team now. Ooh, you know what I mean? Yeah, because they're like everybody who comes in from all over, they just want to come to the game because it's like a tourist thing to do. Yeah. But I wish I was at that game against the 49ers, that Battle of the Bay. Yep. Just seeing videos of the whole crowd going wild when Too Short was singing, you know what I mean? Like, just the whole crowd like, what's my favorite? Like everybody just like, oh my gosh, like this is what it was. This is Battle of the Bay, but in Vegas. But the whole Bay Area was in that stadium. I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could have been there.
And the Raiders won that game, didn't they?
Nah, girl.
No,
Nah, we out, girl.
It's a sad time out here. Okay, don't want to remind you of that. But I want to talk to you about Joe Grande. That is incredible that Joe is your family, but that makes so much freaking sense. I'm a girl that has like grew up around a bunch of primos always talking smack, and you had to be right there with them. They weren't going to allow you to be the girl and be cute or whatever. You know, you were a cheerleader. I'm sure Joe Grande, who had the chops, like, he doesn't like you unless he clowns you.
Yes.
So you had to grow up in that.
Oh my gosh. And still until this day, I'm worried. I'm concerned for what's gonna come out of his mouth.
Right.
Like, I'm like,
no
bro,
filter.
No filter. How you haven't been fired, canceled from every job, I don't know, because this guy, he just says whatever he wants, and that's how he's always been. My whole life knowing him is he's always been that guy. I mean, because he started in San Francisco doing radio out there, and he did get fired a couple times.
Yeah.
Out there, so. But yeah, so I definitely grew up with Joe riffing and doing all that,
and being able to catch that too. It must be crazy because your even career as a Raiderette, like I saw you got Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
Like you were on a trajectory there too, but you still decided to pursue this, like pursue comedy, acting, just making sure like this part gets fulfilled. What was that for you? You're really good at one thing, but something else is calling for you.
I was barely good at that thing. Let's keep it
How
real.
You get Rookie of the Year being barely good?
Okay, she's a star. She has heart is what it is. No, I wanted to be an actress, but I would never say it out loud because I was embarrassed, because it was like the audacity.
Yeah.
Who do I think I am to say something like I want to be an actress? You know what I mean? Like, I live in San Jose. What do I know about being an actress out here in San Jose? Nothing. Like, where do you be an actress? You don't. And it was so far-fetched. It was like, I might as well say I want to be a princess, you know? And so I grew up with that, but wanting to be an actress, but not saying it. And when I finally was like shown there's some hope out there, like I had a friend who moved to LA from San Jose, and you know, she was in a Ross commercial and she was in an NSYNC music video, and I was like, I know somebody famous. Ooh. You know, and she had told me, she's like, if you move out here, I will help you get started. I will show you how to do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, now this like far-fetched fantasy is becoming like an attainable dream that I could actually go for. So when the opportunity for the Oakland Raiders came about to audition for that squad, I kind of did it just as my sign. Like, if I am going to make this squad, then I'll pursue the entertainment industry. But if I don't make the squad, then I'm not going to do it. I'll just know that was never for me. That being an actress, that was not for me, but I'm going to take this as my sign. And so I tried out for the Oakland Raiders. I made the squad. And I knew that it was my stepping stone, that this was, I'm going to do it for 1 year, and then I'm going to move to LA. And I did it for 1 year, went to the Super Bowl that year, came home from the Super Bowl. I packed up my room, and the very next weekend after the Super Bowl, I drove to LA, and I've been here ever since. And
dang,
it's
Anjelah.
been 20 years.
That was a crazy confirmation of like, this is what you need to be doing. And it's funny how we put fate, like low-key, if I'm shooting basketball, I'm like, if I make this, then yeah, you know, it was like one of those things. If I get into the Raiderettes, I will, this is my sign to pursue it. But even just being so, again, you got signed, you have a deal, all of that, and knowing this is my door. This is not the end all be all.
Yeah.
You know, that takes a lot of self-identity of being sure of who you are and what you're about to be.
Yeah. I mean, because you could easily get stuck in that and be like, oh, well, let me just do this again. Let me just stay right here. This is familiar,
comfortable. It works, yeah.
You know what I mean? But girl, I had stuff I wanted to do. I was like, no, I'm trying to be on TV. Let me go. I'm trying to play a rape victim on Law & Order SVU.
I love
you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be, you know? And then I got to LA and I started doing stand-up comedy, and I had no idea I was going to be funny. Like, I didn't know that was for me. And here I am, you know, I'm just finished my 6th hour special. And it's wild to think that this is my life. This is my career. I'm very grateful.
And you just existing, you being, and just your style of presenting and being a storyteller, because you're telling stories and they have little jabs of funniness to them. You bring us into your life and we laugh alongside with you, but even you doing it sets the example for people watching. You know, I come on air and I'm on a morning show host, and I never thought I was funny. But then I see when I'm talking, I can make somebody laugh. And then it's those little isms that's then going to pursue it for somebody else. Like someone else is going to be like, hey, I could try that too.
Yeah.
That all comes from the examples like you, like being up there like, I'm going to talk about my nail shop experience, you know? Right. And I know that follows you everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep on following it with you. Nails are crazy right now. Like the trends of like nails in the 2020s is crazy. You got the different shapes of nails. I think even when you came out, it was a time where it's like we all either did the curve or the straight and that was it. But now you're seeing like these wild trends. Do you feel like, damn, I got to keep my nails on some shit right now?
I do, but I just took my nails off recently. I'm like, it's time to give them a break. Because like they would get so long that it would hurt, like touching things. I was like, no, I'm gonna take my nails off for a little bit. But I remember back in the day, like in the 90s, I was getting like piercings in my nail.
Wow.
There would be like a piercing with a ring.
Yeah.
And then one would be like a chain that would go from like one finger to my bracelet.
Sheesh.
Like I was doing all the things back in the 90s.
So we're your sons, basically.
You know, like, please. And now everybody's coming out like, oh yeah, I just did this piercing. I'm like, you ain't special. You ain't
been doing that.
Been.
I love it. Dude, you left LA for Nashville. You currently have a residence in Nashville. What's the difference between that? Or even just to think like, you know what, I'm going to go over there with it.
Well, being a California girl living in the South, I notice a lot of things that are different. Like when I'm here in LA, if I go to a store and they're like, can I help you find anything? I'm like, I'm okay. And then if I'm feeling really friendly that day, I'm like, I'm okay, thanks. Yeah. Like, that's it.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? Then I go about my business. You live your life, I live mine. That's fine. Then I get to Nashville, and I'm at TJ Maxx one day. That's my store.
Love TJ Maxx.
And I'm just, you know, sitting there like smelling candles, going down the row, and I can hear ladies in the row next to me. And they're like, can I help you find anything? I'm all right, but thank you so much for asking. It's my pleasure. It's a beautiful day outside. Yes, it is. But they say it's going to rain about 3 o'clock. Make sure you get home before the traffic is going to be a mess. Bless your heart. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have energy for this
at all. That's a big conversation.
Listen, I don't need new friends. Yeah. I don't know how to do this.
That must go with anxiety. Like, oh my God, it's my turn next. Or what
don't make eye contact. Don't look at anyone.
No gracias.
No gracias.
You know, it's been crazy with the rain recently. LA's been hit, but the Bay's been hit too. I feel like both of your and Cali in general is your home, Anjelah.
Yes.
Do you feel like some kind of worry about what's going on? I think they got a bomb cyclone going up to the north. Like how
they
do
have
you
these
feel
new
about
words
all that?
I never heard of. There's like a river something they called it. I was like, what? What's this new?
There's these new terms. Like, it's happening here.
You know, like meteorologist terms. I never heard this ever growing up. What is this river cyclone thing you're talking about?
Do you still have family up there?
Oh yeah, my whole family's there. Yeah, I'll be there this weekend. My whole family's there. So far everybody's doing good. There's no flooding in our certain areas where my mom lives or my sister.
That's good. That's good.
Like that. But it's wild. It's wild up there. Like as soon as I'll check the news, like Instagram feeds for the Bay and LA. I follow both Bay and LA news stations.
I love
and
it.
It's
Look
just
at
like
you.
mudslides, you know, like the beach in Santa Cruz. It's just like, forget it. Boardwalk's gone. Like all the things. Like it's wild right now.
Sinkholes, road closures, all of that.
Yes.
It's something that we now see like, oh, we're not ready for this. We're ready for a little bit of rain.
Listen, we need it, but spread it out, please.
Facts.
You know
I don't want to be in a drought come summer, but I don't need it all at one time.
Yeah. Thank you. Spread it out, please. Give us some time.
Anjelah, thank you so much for coming by. You are so great to have on. It feels great to just rep you and champion you here on Power 106. The family ties are here already. Shout out to Grande. And man, the Wiltern is going down February 11th.
Yes.
Anjelah.com is where you can get your tickets. And don't spell it Anjelah. It's ANJELAH.com.
Yes.
Why did your mom spell your name like that? Or is it you that spelled it?
It's me. I spelled it that way.
I feel like that's the MySpace way because I also spell my name crazy too.
So, my name growing up is Anjelah Nicole Johnson. So I changed the G to a J because that's my initials, ANJ, Anjelah Nicole Johnson. I was real creative, honey. And then the H at the end, one day I was at church and pastor was talking about the importance of name and how a lot of names in the Bible have the AH at the end. Jonah, Elijah, Isaiah. And he said the AH is the sound of God. Even in other religions, Allah, Buddha, like the Ah is the sound of God.
Yeshua.
So when you have the AH at the end of your name, it means connected to God. So I put the H at the end of my name to be connected to God.
Anjelah.
She's creative,
oh
honey.
My God. But that's the purpose in you. You know what? This is me too. My mom forgot to add the H here. Anjelah. Let's go. Look, Anjelah.com. Get your tickets. Go see our girl February 11th at the Wiltern. Anytime. Come through.
Thank you.
Come through, baby girl. It's Power 106.